Alright, I want to get into the topic of this video, which is why do people collect reborn baby dolls? So, as a lot of you know, a lot of people that collect reborns are doll collectors, and some people collect them just to display them. Some people collect them for therapeutic reasons. Some people just love dolls, you know. I've also had doctors and therapists order them. During 2020, I had someone order a doll from me to help nursing mothers learn how to nurse, because they needed like a model. Sometimes people will use these dolls in films as prop babies. There's I'm forgetting something. And then there's also people that will use them for helping people with dementia or Alzheimer's. There's just so many different reasons that someone would want a lifelike baby doll or lifelike toddler. And I can say something that's making my heart really, really happy is that during the past week, one of my videos has been going viral, and it's a video of me rooting a doll's head. And you know, I really try not to do like too much like sensational stuff when it comes to the dolls. I try to not do too much clickbaity things, especially things where it looks like it's like, you know, dangerous or stuff like that, because I'm sensitive to the fact that, you know, these dolls do look real, and it can be very triggering for people. And so I really don't want to participate in that. And anyway, I was just showing my work in progress of what I was doing. And when I showed the rooting, I was careful to show that it was a doll. I was holding the head in my hand. You know, the doll was painted and it had painted hair. And then I showed like, okay, this is hair. And I even had like subtitles on the screen like, combi hair. This is, you know, I'm explaining, I'm rooting it into the head to add texture from an artist standpoint. So anyway, saying all that to say, people still were thinking it was a real baby. But the comments that I got were like really hilarious. Like people were thinking it was so funny that they thought it was a real baby because they didn't realize until the end that the doll had no body. But there was also like so many like words that were like, wow, this is like talent, you know, this is amazing art, you know. And people were like, it's not for me, but like I can really appreciate this art, and I'm sure this helps some people. And people were talking about how they wish they could get stuff like that for their kid, or they wanted to get it for their kids. So I just was so happy, because I've been in this community for 8 years now, since 2014, and the talks have changed because it used to not be like that, right? He looks so adorable, by the way. It definitely looks cute. And this outfit was just made for his skin tone, wasn't it? So I'm really happy about that. I feel like when it comes to people who ask me questions about the reborns, I really try to answer the questions, even if people are kind of being a little low-key rude, because my background is being a teacher, and I found that a lot of times people will do that when they're just like uneducated about it. And so like my job is not to just like tell people they're rude or whatever. I don't do that. I just like combat it with like informative information. So if somebody, for example, is like, this is weird, why would somebody want a doll like this? And I have like frequently asked responses on my phone on a notepad, and I'll just copy and paste the same answer, like, cause I got tired of typing the same thing over and over again. So I have a response for that basically says like, thanks for asking, you know. And then it says, these people collect these dolls because they're collectors, or it's for therapy, or a prop baby, or all other type of reasons. So if you want more information, you can check out my other videos. But even if the person doesn't get it, that little seed sparks something within them that they didn't know. Because a lot of times when people are judgmental like that, it's just because they don't know, you know. or they could just be a jerk. So I try to go to the side where they just don't know. That's just the teacher in me. And in that way, I feel like over time, by more of us doing that, this is what I found in the comments. There were people who were defending the dolls who weren't collectors. And that is really the first time I've ever seen so much of that. This video had over 500,000 views, and there were so many people in the comments who weren't doll collectors who were saying, hey, you know, to the people who were being rude, don't say that. People use this for therapeutic reasons. This helps grieving women. This helps blah, blah, blah. Like, even if they had a limited, like, little seed, like what I just told you I would drop to somebody, people are using that information that they know, that little bit, to, like, educate other people. Like, hey, don't be rude, you know, like, this is more than what you think it is. So I really love that. And I feel like we're coming to a new place in this community. This hobby is going from, like, weird, maybe it'll always be looked at as weird, you know, just like other things that people don't understand, but it's really turning the page, and I'm excited about that. I had someone recently ask me, does insurance pay for dolls like this? I think insurance should. If insurance can pay for other things like cosmetic surgery and procedures people might need for their body that some people might consider cosmetic, I feel like definitely something that's therapeutic for mental health, for also physical. These can help relieve pain from people who have chronic pain. Just holding the doll releases dopamine into the body. There's just so many scientific studies that prove that. Insurance, I feel like, eventually will get on board with it. I think it would be great. I think it would be wonderful, you know? So anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm just showing a little behind the scenes. I'm going to take a photo of this baby, and then I'm going to put this doll's body together. So this little head, and then this is his belly plate. This is, I think, also a Cairo. I'll have to double check. So this is the toffee skin tone that Cairo normally would come in, but they wanted it with the dark brown hair. So I'll do another separate video on him because I feel like this is long enough. So alright everybody, peace and love. See you in the next one.